One. And welcome to another episode of the Heathen Sound, episode 15. It's your boy Negan, Mr. T3 here. So today we're kind of just going to see where the conversation takes us. We have changed the channel points and everything. I've updated the bio. So if you're new to the channel, if you've been to the channel, any of that, definitely use those. Put us through the ringer here. I don't know if Miami wins this game 4. I'm kind of concerned for them at this point in time where we're at right now on the scoreboard.
I think they'll get 4, but that might be the last one.
We're going to talk about the Zion Williamson drama is still just going on. Another porn star today, so that makes 3. Going to talk about where CP3 should go. And then, like I said, hopefully we get some people in here to use some of the channel points and stuff like that and make us put on a show kind of thing. Where do you think CP3 goes? We'll do 15 minutes basketball, first 15. Go.
There's rumors of him being traded to the 76ers for James Harden.
I've seen rumors of him for Marcus Smart even swapped to the Celtics.
I saw that, but I thought that was a mock thing. I didn't think
that was
like
mock drafted up, but like everybody jumped behind it, and it honestly makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's weird that they do the CP3 for James Harden thing. Like, haven't you learned how that went last time?
Been there, done that, seen how that goes.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Apparently, there's talks that that's what they're looking to do.
James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker on the same team is kind of dangerous.
Meh.
But I've heard
Maybe.
Oh, Mr. Ayton himself is on the chopping block. Like, he's up for grabs if anybody wants him.
Well, he's been weird because I'm pretty sure he's been winning out of Phoenix.
Yeah, since they lost the title.
For the last like 2 years, I think he's been one out. Which I don't know why. I mean, that's like the perfect situation for him, but
he doesn't like being relied on as much as he is, being the big man. Oh, you know who makes sense to go to Phoenix as the big man?
JaVale McGee.
Cat.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
CP3 to the Timberwolves?
No, not even. No. Fuck CP3. I don't even give a shit. Cat to the Suns for Ayton and.
CP3.
Probably a pick. CP3. You can have him too if you want. We don't want him, but you can have him. But we don't want him. But you can have him. But we don't.
There was talks of if he did become a free agent that he would not be signed for very much.
I mean, he's not worth very much. I think it's real light. So is your price tag. Hey, your daughter's getting bullied in school because yo daddy ain't never gonna win no ring. You know it's bad when your kids are getting bullied because
that's hilarious. That's actually hilarious though. It's not, but it is.
Because the thing about him is like, yes, is he a generational player? Yeah, is he like one of the best to ever play his position? Yes, he's very good. But like, you're not the triple double king. You're not the this. Like Brody, even if he never gets a ring, will still always be remembered. He's the triple double king. Like, you know what I mean? Like he broke the record. He's the one that's setting the record every time he gets another triple double. You're like, oh, there's another one. Oh, here's the thing, Joker might catch him. I fucking don't know. That dude's wild. Dude, but like,
that was my favorite season to be an NBA fan, was watching Westbrook get those triple doubles and just watching them add up throughout the season.
Yep.
That's my favorite season as an NBA fan that I've like watched and stayed into.
But I think my favorite game as a Thunder fan ever was the Nipsey Hussle game.
You say that one, I say the Denver game when he hit the buzzer beater.
And
when he broke the record and hit the buzzer beater.
Yep.
And he's like, "What a great ending to a historic day."
Yep. That was a good one. But the Nipsey Hussle one, just because I'm a big fan of Nipsey Hussle's music and stuff like that, like, man, that one, knowing they were friends growing up and stuff, just knowing what that meant to him, that he did it in the city, for his city and everything, just like elevated the Brody to the status of one of the greatest in my book. it showed you that basketball is so much more than just basketball. So much more than just basketball. 2020.
And it also shows that Westbrook can do whatever the hell he wants when he wants to go do it.
Westbrook can do whatever the fuck. Like, if he wants to go out there and put 2020 and 21 on your head, he's going to. And literally was staying out there, and they were like pulling him off, and he was like, nah. And they were like, bring your ass over here. Get off the fucking floor. Billy Donovan was literally like, get off the floor. Stop.
I liked Billy Donovan, man.
At Oklahoma, I did not, bro. I did not.
I just liked him.
I hated him.
I just liked him. I think it was just because it was like knew him. I'd like played for Florida like on certain games before, just because I liked their uniforms, and so he'd like been my coach in the games and stuff like that. So I was kind of cool with it. And then whenever I heard he was gonna be there, I was like, awesome, bring him on in, let's do it.
No. And then look at him falling apart at the Bulls. Honestly, I've heard CP3 to the Bulls because, like we talked about, if Lonzo's gone, hey, here's $1 million, be our point guard.
So sad, dude.
I agree. We've literally said that sentiment. Lonzo, get to feeling better, buddy. I hope your knee gets better. But like,
Lonzo's my guy, man.
Why? Here's the other thing. Why, if you're CP3 with like 4 kids or whatever and a whole life, why the fuck are you gonna move to Chicago? For $1 million, you make that on goddamn State Farm commercials.
State Farm commercials are getting pretty dry.
I'm just saying, he can go back to.
I might need to cut him at this point.
Yeah, hey, State Farm waves CP3.
Nuggets are up by 13 after 3 quarters.
Oh yeah, here we go again. It's over, Jimmy. Get there. He can get there. They just have to play another East team in the finals.
Yeah.
It's like there has to be a weird year where the whole West gets COVID.
Like the first year he makes it, he runs into Anthony Davis and LeBron, and then the next year that he makes it, he runs into like when the Nuggets are like finally making like their stride into the spotlight.
Jamal Murray and Joker fucking duo.
Yeah.
He just can't catch a break.
It's unlucky, man. It's unlucky, man.
He just can't catch a fucking break.
Like Tyler Hero and who else on the Heat's injured? Who else is on the Heat is injured? Oh well, he's been down, but I thought there was somebody else.
No, Depot. That's their other like.
Oladipo's always down.
But that's their second team, bro. Swapping in Hero and Oladipo and just letting them run things. So now they got Kyle Lowry on backup and Gabe Vincent starts. Hey, shout out to Spo, dude. Spo does some of the coolest, wildest shit on the basketball court that you'd be like, that won't work. And then it works. And you're like, what the fuck? How'd you think of that? How'd you think that would work? Why do we have 5 guards playing right now?
Like that zone they've been running?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. It works. I mean, you got to find a way to beat a pretty unbeatable thing Michael Malone's got going. Denver has just finally come into what Denver has been trying to be for 5 years. Like with the Michael Porter.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is the year where they've like taken like that like final step into
with the Aaron Gordon trade. Like they have been building towards this, acquiring KCP. Like here's the thing about KCP, he's one of the best 3-point makers in the fucking league right now. Also, he is like top 10 defense in his position. He is fucking one of the most lockdown, clamp you down fucking shooters out there.
He's one of the better 2-ways in the league.
Yeah, he's a champion. And then you got like guys like Bruce Brown who are coming into their own that are real good lockdown 2-way players too. They can give you 15 but put up 3 or 4 steals and 2 or 3 defensive turnovers.
I think there's a stampede above my head.
The whole Kentucky hood's going down.
Yep.
I just want to revisit the point about Zion yesterday, though, because like the other porn star comes forward today and everything. Bro, I still don't understand the aspect of like growing up in poor-ass Spartanburg, South Carolina, getting handed $200 million and then paying for porn star pussy.
I would do it.
Chad, can anyone explain to me why you immediately just like, hey, here's $200 million. Let me pay for girls that I used to fucking Google for free.
I'd go crazy in them dash cam rooms where you can donate money and make them do stuff. I'd spend so much money in those things.
This man, and then he turns around today and donated like $250,000 to a girls' school or whatever to get their uniforms, and I was just like, Zion, come on, bro. Hey, you already fucked up. You already spent $250,000 on some pussy. Like, what do you mean?
Everybody was like, "Well, that's real convenient timing."
Here's the other part of that, though, and I saw a tweet about this, and I honestly had to agree. Literally, yo, chat, what's up? Literally, I saw the tweet today. Zion didn't disrespect any of these girls. He didn't like force them into anything. If anything, they were
Spit in their mouths.
I mean, yeah, he spit in their mouths probably because she asked him to. But also, that girl's 32. He's 22. Like, that's a 10-year age gap. Like, shame on you. You should know better.
She wanted that money, bro. She knew what she was doing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So everybody's like, "Oh, Zion's a dog. Zion's a dick." Like.
And now everybody's going from Twitter and they're seeing her name and they're like, "Who is that again?" And the next thing you know, they're watching her videos and her ad revenue's going up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she is getting all her.
I bet she's trending right now. I'm gonna look and see if she's trending.
Ass, and I was just like,
I'm gonna see if she's trending.
I bet she is. I bet Zion's trending.
On there?
On Twitter?
No, not that website.
This man. If Zion's trending there, then his ad's just going up too. Please tell me she's Please tell me the porn star is trending because of the shit that she's doing.
Oh my god. He's the top trending search.
No way. Dude, that's hilarious.
Yep.
You know her PR girl came to her and was like, "Hey, it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm telling you, this is the bait and switch. This is gonna work, honey."
It's working.
Dude, how are you gonna pay for porn star pussy and literally line her pockets with her own money because of your name? And you ain't done shit on a basketball court but been able to dunk the basketball since you were 12 when she was 22. Out here fucking motherfuckers on camera. She been professionally taking dick for 10 years. There's nothing you can show her, bro. Nothing.
No, he's probably having her teach him everything.
Exactly, but like, why would you?
And then he's going and using it on them other girls. The girl that he wanted to get pregnant.
Also porn stars. Well, she ain't gonna let you spit in her mouth now, motherfucker.
Is the one he got pregnant isn't a porn star, is she?
I thought she was. I thought she was the OnlyFans model. It's like she does it herself, but. Does that matter?
I don't know. I think it depends. I think there's different kinds. I think there's the innocent. I think there's like the innocent OnlyFans one, and then there's like the scary, like not real looking people OnlyFans.
Wait, this is not real looking motherfuckers on OnlyFans? Hold on.
Like they don't look real.
Oh wait, it totally does. Chat, I suck. Just gave away all my personnel. It's in streamer mode.
Well, there we go. Now it's fixed. It was only.
So much better. 12 minutes.
It was only up there for 14 minutes.
Yeah, no, 100%. I thought it looked weird too, but I couldn't tell what was going on. But okay, dude, like, I get the immaturity thing and everything you're talking about. He's 22 years old and shit, but like, why are you paying for pussy? Porn star pussy. I just can't get behind that part, bro. You're going after something that everybody can see literally for free.
Yeah, dude, he grew up watching it for free.
Click, 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 click. Bat, 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 bat. Ching, 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 ching. What? Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Click. Bat. Mm-hmm. Click. Mm. Mm. Wah, 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 wah.
What the fuck is going on?
So they redeem sound only, so we can only
Yeah,
communicate in sound for 2 minutes. And I'm trying to explain to you how it's bullshit.
I know.
Twitch
I
says
understand. I understand, but what the fuck is going on?
I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can, okay? I don't know what you want from me. I'm just making shit up on the fly. Hey, yeah, you want some too? Yeah, what's up?
I was watching one of those YouTube Japanese game shows.
That's pretty much what's going on. Yeah, chat
I
telling
think
me
it was
to
mis-
do.
I
His brain couldn't compute what was going on enough to be able to do it himself. Because
it still can't. It
it took
still
me a
can't.
second. I
Like,
was like,
no, dude, you just sounded like a if they made a like an adult version of the Charlie Brown show. Yeah, if it was just the adults talking and there
Yeah.
was no kids and it was like a spin-off of only the adults, you would just see them all the time just wah 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 wah, and that's what you
I
were.
understand that's why that's what they sound like now, because nobody gives a fuck what the adults are saying. Because everything we're talking about is bullshit. Absolute bullshit anyway. It doesn't matter. One of my favorite voices I ever learned to do. My mom taught me how to do that one.
I like my little blue, or not little blue, just Blue's Clues. The stuff, tell a stuffed animal is called Little Blue, but it's just.
Alright, chat, what's the accent? I feel like this is bad timing to do the Russian. They call me Vladimir. I am from the Chamirian Mountains. I've been here from multiple times in the States. I like to go see the I would say strip shows. The vodka very good. Very good here.
Hands off my vodka!
I'm big for the KGB in early years. So the thing with the porn star pussy, the puss of the pussy porn star, the man, he no understand. It's free. It's free. The pussy is free.
He idolized them.
So you say he go for God's pussy?
See.
See, how do you just go Spain? What? We just changed cultures, accent. What do you mean?
Russians can speak Spanish too.
He said C.
Russians can speak Spanish too.
No, they don't.
They can.
No, they can't. They can barely speak Russian.
Well, nobody can really speak Russian.
Oh man. He said C. See, the hardest thing about doing an accent like that is like saying the words I know and like I can hear in their dialect, but then saying the normal words. Like you talk about Zion. Motherfucker, how do you say pussy in Russian? Or with like a Russian accent?
Pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah.
My name is Boreski. I work for the KGB.
There you go.
He go after the goddess pussy. It have to be top-notch pussy on shelf. It's also like you're in the middle of like hacking. Matt's Russian is not very deep. He sounds like he's constipated. Easy turn is almost there. That's actually
all I hear is Nikolai.
Nikolai Kochevik. Yeah, Russian's a hard one. Fuck me. He goes down like 3 octaves. Just completely changes range.
Yeah. I do that when I do Switchblade too. When I do.
The peanut butter. I feel like it's fucked up. Like almost all of America could probably do that voice. And that movie in general is kind of fucked up. Have you ever actually watched Sling Blade?
The movie is really fucked up.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that you actually watched it because like that's one of those.
It was a long time ago. I actually forgot about that until this exact moment.
No, really fucked up. Like actually thinking and like watching it. Last time I watched it, I was like 22, and it just like all. I was like, huh.
I was like, Jesus.
I hit him in the head. Mm-hmm. He's dead.
Okay. Cool.
That movie's fucked up. Billy Bob Thornton kills in that movie though.
Yeah, it does.
Fuck. Alright, man. How long's the dance party? 60 seconds?
I think these points need to become more scarce.
No, you dance party. Ready to go.
And shaking his ass.
You didn't even get up? What the fuck? If you don't get up, shake your ass.
I was
if you don't get up and shake your ass, I just tweaked. I fucking hurt myself. Ow. If you don't. No,
if I don't what?
If you don't get up and dance, like your heart depends on it. Like if you don't get up, like flash dance just hits you in the fucking asshole.
I mean, I can't really, go anywhere. I have like.
You better dance on that chair and hope you don't eat shit. You better do it for the points. There you go. Okay. Little titty shake in there. Middle. Okay, whoa, no, we just broke all the Twitch rules.
I didn't even see nothing.
Actually, I think I'm allowed to show nipple. Isn't it?
But I didn't show. I didn't.
To walk around without their shirts on in America now? Isn't that a law?
I don't think so.
Chat, check me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can't women walk around shirtless? Is it my state? It might be an Oklahoma thing. That sounds fucking right. That's... Gotta love my fucking... God, fucking... These bitches said stop looking at my tits. You know what? Fuck it. Look. And now guys are just like... I'll be damned. Her titties are just out, boy. We can't call the police. They're gonna call the police on us? They can't? Oh, well, hell yeah.
Walking her dog with her dogs out.
Yo, every good old boy Cletus and Jerome are just staring, bro. Everybody's tongue's on the fucking ground. Bad. Sus.
We have to flick it like that.
Oh, you don't know about that?
Not if you're.
You gotta aggressive shake it, bro. The aggressive shake gets the little leg wiggle going, and just like it literally like pinballs your head. Just you gotta get the aggressive flick going. That's exactly.
Right. Well, now you have to get the charades going.
Dude, that's exact. Okay, wait. So I thought about this. Matt is the actor. You were the guesser. Okay, so I need to look away, and then you need to tell Matt what it is. But then you, as the mod, have to delete your message. I'm gonna look away. Now. My Giddy Wall's so cool. My Kobe's cool too, but it's fucking crooked. Or my face is crooked. I don't know.
Probably both.
Hey, fuck you, fuckboy. Hey, watch your mouth, fuckboy. The Nipsey's cool. I need to get it framed. My mother-in-law let me down. I was like, hey, can you find me frames for these? She's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Brought me one frame.
Okay, I have my
Is the message gone? I can't see it.
No. No, the message is still there. You can't delete it. Just don't look at it.
Alright. I'm only watching you.
Alright, you ready?
Yep. Ice cream? Are you scooping ice cream? Getting ice cream?
That's it. Scooping ice cream.
Scooping ice cream? Bitch! I mean that's a pretty good one. And then you lick your little tongue flick like we're back to being sus. Who's really sus now? Sussy boy?
I'm good at it. What can I say? Magical tongue.
You gotta aggressively shake that bit and then...
No, it's all about the caress and the flick.
I'm not caressing nothing. Nothing's trying to shoot stuff at me liquefied. Like, I'm good. It's trying to attack me.
Well, yeah, you prepare for when that's coming.
No.
That's when you get the hair pull.
Don't stop. These are fun. Keep going. Go nuts. What do you got? Dance party was a good one. Keep going, Chad. That's the point of them. The more the points get used, the more the channel gets broadcast. Like, the more we move up. That's the whole point of the channel points. So we were talking about Zion. Are the Heat down by 30 yet?
I don't know. I think our Sling subscription right now, so I can't watch it anymore.
All right, chat. What you got for us? Pick me a topic. I'm gonna check the score of the Heat game. $96-87. This is what you want me to talk about cookies for 10 minutes? Okay. Best cookie flavor. I'm a no-bake guy if I'm being fucking honest, bro. But if like it's got to be a cooked, actual like baked up fucking cookie.
Raspberry cheesecake from Subway.
I was gonna go like a fucking chocolate overload from Insomnia cookies. The one that's got like the chunks and the chips and the fucking chocolate drizzle on it. Or the ultimate peanut butter from City Bites. Me and my kids will fuck those up, dude. There's no way.
Way too sweet for me. Even the mic picked that one up. That thing went off. It's gonna explode.
Insane amount of banks, how and why? Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good topic. Okay, so like what I don't understand is how everybody is allowed to have their own money. Like, I mean, foreign countries and everything, and everybody is supposed to value everybody else's dollar based on your dollar. I don't think that makes enough sense to me to then understand why there are 17 banks in my hometown that are all different names and everything, and not a one of them will give me a fucking loan. I mean, why do we have this many fucking different entities of the exact same thing?
That are also all tied to the government.
Yeah, and that all are backed by the exact same thing. So it doesn't matter if I go to MidFirst or First Fidelity, my money's FDIC insured the exact same way by two different entities of the exact same backing, exact same money to give me back, everything.
Yeah, so literally everything is the exact same thing.
Exact same, but they get to charge me different member fees, or they get to give me this, or no overdrafts, or this or that. So why is there so many different available options for my money when it all works the same?
Because the system's stupid.
I guess the thing about America being a capitalistic society and like everything being able to have their own version of everything is exactly that. That like, if you can, you will. Where there's a will, there's a way. Like the phrases and sayings of that kind of nature are based on the fact of like, you know, somebody decided to go make a different bank than this bank, and instead of charging the overdraft fee, they don't charge the overdraft fee, but they charge you $10 a month to have your bank account there.
Yeah, and it's just picking your poison, picking your preference.
So, I mean, I think as an American society, we have that issue with not just banks. There's that issue with, like, Walmart to Target, Speedway to 7-Eleven. Like, they should all just be the same because they're all the exact same. But then not all these places or these businesses or these CEOs or these companies are making money. Like, if it was just owned by 8 major corporations that own... This is the people you buy cars from. This is the grocery store. This is the gas station brand. This is the bank that you can go to. Like, if there was only one of everything, I don't know. I want to say dystopian, like it sounds like, oh, that couldn't be possible, but it almost sounds serene and peaceful, like it should be that way. Just because we're given free will and free choice doesn't mean we fucking need it.
That sounds like the fucking plot to iRobot.
I agree, but like just because we are given the availability to make all these decisions and to do all of these different things in any way that we want to do them, doesn't mean that we should.
Then you're stepping on our freedom. Country boys don't like that.
But okay, so how many banks are in Elizabethtown, Kentucky? How many different names can you just think of off the top of your head? 6
different names.
The different name, yeah, bank branches.
I don't know, Bound. The 3 military ones.
PNC. There's probably the Cecilia Bank or whatever that's out there by Howe Valley.
Ace. One big one, but I don't even know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, see?
And there's one down by Roses, so like 8 or 9, something like that.
So in my hometown, there's been 3 different plots of land that have been built and are all being bought and like built up and everything by the exact same First United Fidelity Bank or something that's never been here in Moore, Oklahoma, that has now bought 3 big ass things. and all 3 of them have Tesla chargers out front. It costs $50 million to build all 3 of them. So cool, thanks for putting that into my hometown. But we don't need your Tesla charger ass banks. You guys aren't gonna give us any money. How the fuck do y'all got money?
Just for that kind of money.
I still want to understand the great bank buyout of 2013 or 15 or whatever it was, where all the banks like failed and everything was falling apart, and then the government's just like, nah, you're good, never mind. Same with like the debt ceiling that we just passed or whatever. They're like, oh, we can accept more debt. Like, that doesn't make sense as a country. I don't understand how we're in debt.
And they're like, yay, let's sign this. And it's like, but what the fuck does it?
Well, I don't understand how we are, as a country, are in debt to anybody. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand how, like, as America, they're like, you don't want to have credit card debt or this or that. I just want to look at it and be like, $64 quadrillion or whatever. That's what you owe. Fuck you and my $4,000 in credit card debt.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Or fuck you, the fact I owe on a $100,000 house, I still owe $89,000. Oh, you're in debt. You don't want to do that as an American. We're in debt as a country. To everybody.
Trillions of dollars.
Bajillions of dollars. Number amounts that we can't even. And you're like, we're going to raise the debt ceiling. How the fuck? So can you raise mine?
Yeah, raise mine.
Yeah, can now my $4,000 is like $40 because my real debt limit is now $400,000 instead of $40,000. Can you raise my ceiling? That's bullshit. How the fuck does that work?
Bullshit covering its tracks with bullshit.
I think the biggest problem with all of those kind of idealisms and like the things of like, if you're gonna look at me as my country and say you don't want to be in debt, but you're in debt, you don't get to tell me shit ever again. You don't get to tell me shit ever again because you can't keep your side of the street clean. You can't tell me shit about mine.
It doesn't work with Christians either.
It's all a circle, bro. It's like literally a revolving circle of fuckery in the aspect of like they're all doing the exact same bullshit just in different avenues of perception. So like banks are fucking you over by keeping a high interest rate or not giving you the actual funding that you need to like pay for something all off at once or however the scenario goes. And then the same like Walmart is cheaper on this thing but is more expensive on this thing. Whereas Target is more expensive on this thing and cheaper on this thing. So you go to Target, you don't want to really buy food there, but all of their other things are relatively cheaper than Walmart. You go to Walmart, you buy food there, you don't really want to buy the other things because they're still fucking expensive. How the fuck does that work? Why does that make sense? That's how they compete with each other. And they're not really competing with each other because somewhere far, 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 far down the line, they're all owned by the same fucking people. Follow the cabal.
And he's sitting out on a boat somewhere with a bunch of European strippers.
Yeah, and we're
doing
all
coke.
over here fighting each other for a $4,000 credit debt. But the country is in $78.4 quadrillion bajillion worth of debt, and it's cool. Why the fuck does that make sense? I guess I just don't understand like how as a country especially like my generation, and I feel like even parts of your generation, yourself included, like we were raised to act right, do right, be right. Y'all motherfuckers ain't been right since the day you told me to do it. Like nobody else is doing right. No other entity, no other idealism is fighting for what's right in the sense of like, why do we have these two giant corporations that are doing the same thing in opposite ways and everybody's making money but the small people who are working there keeping the fucking place open? Why does that make sense?
Because the people that have the secrets only share it to their friends. So they just keep the chain going and we all stay where we are and them and their friends always get the benefit generation to generation.
It just feels like if you're born a worker ant, you die a worker ant.
Unless you win the lottery. And, you know, like, not even just, like, win the lottery, but just as in, like, win the lottery as in, like,
of life,
like making it to the NBA, like... Yeah, just like
You get the
whatever, like
lucky
just
pick of whatever you get through to do. No, I mean that makes
yeah.
sense. That makes sense. I don't know, man. The fuck banks. Fuck banks because I feel like they're all after the exact same thing, and it's money that I don't have. That I came to you as a bank, like here, hold my money and help me grow it. Teach me how to use money for a good sense and stuff. And they're just like, yeah, fine, 3% interest. Yeah, yeah, fine. Oh, overdraft fee. Yeah, yeah,
And then
fine.
you're like,
You're negative.
hey, can I have my money? And they're like, yeah, give us 3 days to get it.
Yeah, yeah. Let us call the treasury fund and we'll get it shipped here because we only have $8 on site.
Yeah.
What? That $35 you just gave us, we got to give it to Miss Johnson waiting at the window because she requested 40, but we got $9.
Betty's got to get $5 out of her
Chat,
purse.
my dog's going wild. Hold on, hold on. Oh shit.
Nuggets just won. They're up 3-1 now. Sad, sad, sad. I don't know.
Denver
I knew the
won.
Nuggets were gonna win, but I was kind of he doesn't have his earbuds in yet. Yeah, Denver won.
Has anybody ever come back from a 3-1 in a finals? Oh yeah, LeBron James.
Jimmy Butler, same thing.
Same kind of built from the same cloth.
I hope Jimmy actually played like really good tonight, at least.
I mean, he had 11 points in like the first, so I imagine he. They put it sucks to lose both at home after stealing one there. And now you're going to Denver with like history on the line for Denver.
Yeah.
Literal history. I don't know, man. Nuggets in 5.
Now I gotta shave my armpits.
Yep. Yep. You gotta shave your armpits on stream.
Can we do one better? Can we can I shave my armpits not on stream? Send you the video. You play it on your shared a screen and we react to it.
No, you can do it on stream. That was the agreement. You need to do something with yourself tonight. You need to pep yourself up. I need some wake up check reality out of you. Listen here. We'll fucking tongue your ear like it was the fucking first part of a vagina I ever saw. Do I bite it? That's my leg. Oh, sorry.
That doesn't help me any.
I don't give a fuck if it helps you. I need you to go back on Tinder and swipe right on Paige, and then hopefully it dings and does its thing, and you can send her a
No,
message.
it never does. It never does.
Bro, here's the thing about Tinder. You just gotta...
No, dude, because half of them aren't even real people. And if you do, then they just like can your stuff, and then your snap be blowing up with all these like prostitutes and stuff. I literally have like 200 plus blocked Snapchatters, and they're all like prostitutes.
You might need a prostitute because I think that's probably half of what's wrong with you. You need some goddamn bonding with somebody. You need some skin to skin contact. I'm not even talking fucking. You just need somebody to touch you.
Yeah, skin to skin contact.
Yeah. Snap is still a thing? Like Snapchat? Oh. What? That's what I'm saying.
What?
Snap's still a thing?
Snap's a huge, massive fucking thing.
Why are we on Snapchat? Why are you not clipping?
I was invested in them on the stock market at one point. I made a good amount of money off Snapchat, actually.
Are you still invested in them?
No.
Chat, invest in Snapchat. Heard it here.
I'm probably not now. Don't say that. Don't ever say that. I think that's actually like kind of illegal to tell somebody to invest in something. I think you're supposed to advise them to. Snap is so art. I mean, I guess if you're a woman if you're like in that.
Are we talking rapey or the other R word?
Well, the word that you just said, but you're not really supposed to say that word, so that's why it was called the R word.
Chat, here's the thing. Podcast, my name is Negan. All disclaimers. I am the motherfucker who says things. I say them.
Well, TOS.
Terms of service.
So don't.
I haven't agreed to the new terms of service yet.
Maybe that's why the stream always be freezing then.
Yeah. Twitch is like, fuck you. Fuck you. Accept that contract.
Agree to it. Agree to it.
I also
agree
have a clip
to
of
it.
me like, hey, I appreciate getting the email. I'm just here. I can't read it. I have no idea what it says.
But no, like even as like a guy, like I agree that Snap is like that, just because like I said, like off all the prostitutes and stuff like that, and they say very. They send they send very not nice videos trying to get your attention right away, or like they just talk to you like a bot, and I don't. But the only thing that I really use it for at this point is just like a couple friends, and it ain't.
I feel like
ever anything like even like not even like sexual topics being discussed. So for me, it's just kind of like a pretty chill thing, and they still have like they have more filters now than ever, so you can do some kind of like silly stuff with them. It's fun.
I feel like
Hal loves it.
A lot of Tinder relationships start nowadays, and you're like, "Oh, snap me! Let me make sure you're a real person."
Yeah, that's.
I think if I was in the Snap game, I would just if I ever got
or
make sure you're a real person, I would send them a picture of me like in a robot outfit, like now I'm a bot. So
another popular one is like
Kick. Did you ever go back to Kick and the Canadians?
Not on here much. Add me on Insta, and they have like their Instagram handles, shit like that. So Instagram and Snap.
They just want to follow.
Instagram and Snapchat are the.
Bro,
are the ones that people actually talk on.
I don't think I'd be very successful in dating. And maybe it's because I'm older, so like my drive or like my desire to want to do that is not the same, but like I would not have much luck in the dating world at this point in time.
Fuck it. I reproduced. I did my job as a human being.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to say that.
I fulfilled my duties.
No, you fulfilled I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna give her that credit. You cream pie filled that's what you did. You didn't fulfill
several times.
Talladega, boy.
Never been one for rapping. Except for when you put me on them beats, baby.
Isn't the standard 2.5?
I'm gonna fuck you in your poo poo.
Oh, okay, whoa, we went left. Wait, the standard's 2.5? How do you have a hat?
Oh. Negan.
We had this whole conversation. You're supposed to call them little people. You don't call them dwarves. You're supposed to call them little people, right?
Yes.
I'm just saying, if they started if I was a little person and they started referring to me as a DeVito, I'd be pumped. There'd be so many other names that I would let them call me besides a little person, like Yoda folk. Dude, I'd be out there accepting the names.
Wearing a robe.
2 or 3. Fun size?
Yeah.
Dude, you can call me whatever you wanted. If 2 or 3 kids, it's an average, not literal. Well,
dumbass.
Fuck your average. Because 2 or 3 kids. Here's the other thing. Then you gotta buy 2 or 3 tablets because everybody in fucking today's society imagines that's what parenting is. All these people, that's literally what parenting is. Here. Take my phone. Go. Yes, like I was saying, they're saying he's autistic and they're saying he doesn't pay attention. I fucking wonder why, because you taught him how to live life through a fucking screen from the moment of 12 months to fucking 36. Dude, I'm not okay. I don't like having this discussion, but I feel passionately about this one. My son has a genetic deletion. My kid is missing a good 14-15% of one of his chromosomes, and then on another chromosome he has a duplication of like 8 times. Like, it's not just a normal duplicate, he has a very big duplication. It's a hormonal on the first one, and then the second one is your normal processing. The second one, the first one is the one gene, like your main gene. So my child is special, 100%. He is mentally deficient. He is gross motor skill deficient. He is vastly, what is the word, that failure to thrive in the aspect of like eating, feeding, like just normal thing. Like, and I'm not talking shit. I love my son to the absolute death, but I just want it out there that this is exactly the level of it. So when you look at me and you're like, oh yeah, my kid's special too. They were diagnosed with ADHD, or oh, they have autism. We're not the same, Chief, and I'm not talking shit about you. I don't know what autism looks like, so I'm sure it's a difficult scenario and everything. But you're not a special parent. You are a kid. You have a neurotypical kid with a syndrome. I have a neurodivergent kid with a genetic deletion. He was printed wrong. Like, his print is wrong. I love it when people are like, oh, I guess he's autistic. Yes, because he's had a fucking screen in his face from the moment he was 12 months old, and now he's 7 and doesn't want to talk to any of you, and that's what you're diagnosing as autism. That's
And then put
another
him on
thing.
medicine for.
Dude, that's another thing, and I'm not saying that autism isn't more of a diagnosed and like understood diagnosis nowadays, and like they can diagnose it because they get it, but like that's the new ADD. I don't know how many times like, oh, he's autistic, and I just walk up and touch their face, and I'm like, they're not autistic. And they're like, oh, well, it's technically no, that's not how that is the point of it. Because they've looked at my kid and been like, oh, he'll probably be autistic, and I just walk up and hug him and like lick his forehead. And he's like, ha 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 ha, son, dude. And I'm like, yeah, he's not. He'll be fine. Kids are what you raise them to be. So if you put a screen in front of them for every situation and scenario to be like, okay, here, this is what you use to get through it, when they start narrowing in and this is the only thing that they can focus on and the outside world gets really blurred and like blocked out, you become part of that outside world. So like when my son was born and we found out and everything and we brought him home, me and my wife agreed on one thing. We would laugh through the bullshit. So like when he shits on himself, or like it's a horrible situation, or he's seizing, or this or that, we laugh. Swear to God, we laugh. Like literally, ha 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 ha, ha, Giddy, come on! Like he's screaming, we're just laughing at him, ha ha ha, and he starts, ha ha ha. And now that is his exact reaction. When he gets mad or he hurts himself or something, he's like, ha 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 ha. We laugh through the bullshit. Like I have, in a way, like accustomed my kid to being able to like laugh things off and like focus back in on the laughter when the world gets really difficult for him, because as a mentally deficient child, like the world gets really, really difficult for him. Really difficult.
Of course.
So a normal kid, like you explained that, you said this to me and it made sense for me. Like you literally were like, it's a light that just got turned on. But it's not just a light. It's an ever-absorbing light source that needs that to continue to shine. So if you only give it this much information, it's only going to be able to shine that bright. But if you give it so much information, it's just going to fucking flourish, bro. So the idea of children learn what they live is like fucking mind-blowing to me.
That's what I think, like one thing a lot of people say, like with Tala, is that we just kind of got lucky because, I mean, she is a lot smarter than a lot of other kids like her age and stuff like that, and like even older than her, because of she didn't just always have like a tablet or something like that. Like we always talk to her, we always like we don't just like she doesn't just get in trouble for stuff where you just yell at her and tell her like everything's explained. So like we're giving her all this information because her brain's a sponge right now at this point in her life.
And she just takes all of it. And that's the other thing, is people are like, oh, they don't understand that. Yes, the fuck they do. Because they're not acting on the information doesn't mean that they're not receiving the information. That's something I learned with Giddy's genetic deletion is they said they can understand and like about 85% of what I say to him, he understands. He understands the words that I'm saying. He understands when I say no. He understands like the repetitive nature of the things that we do and everything. But he can only give me back at most, they say, about 7%. That's the normal average. So he, in his brain, is understanding everything. W just tried to kill me. W just tried to kill me. Clip it, chat. I'm about to fucking sue him. W just tried to kill me. He is understanding pretty much 85% of everything I'm saying. Even we'll say 70%. And then he's only able to give back 7%. You know how fucking horrible of a feeling that's got to be for him? And he wants to look at me and tell me, fuck you, dad, blah, 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 whatever about the situation, but he can't.
Yeah. And it just comes out in different.
And your kids could, like, not you, like you or anybody, the people who put the tablet, your kids could tell you, like, hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do this. And all you did was tell them, shh, play your game. Shut up. Do your thing. Shut up. Go leave me alone. And the other aspect there is not only always people put stuff in front of their kids, like those people that sat on video games themselves and were like, go fuck off, go play in your room or do whatever. Your kids are in there like shoving shit in the light sockets and like peeing on stuff and like doing weird shit because they have no idea if it's right, wrong, or indifferent and they just thought to do it.
Yeah.
Putting stuff in their noses and their butts and like just weird shit that you're not there to stop them because you're so engrossed in your own world. There's two different kinds of negligent parents. Oh, here's a tablet, or get the fuck away from me. They're the same assholes. We are all fucking our kids up somehow. One of the most true phrases I ever had another parent look me in the face and say. They're like, we are all fucking our kids up somehow. That's fact. But you don't get to tell me I'm doing it right, and I'm not going to tell you, because here's the other thing. Even if I look at you and tell you, like, you shouldn't put your kid in front of the tablet, or you shouldn't tell them just fuck off, go do whatever, like, me telling you that that's wrong doesn't mean that that's going to change how you parent. Because just because I say something out loud, it's just going to cause a fight, and then your kid is going to learn in that moment that when someone says something that they don't like, they should fight about it. So then you're continuing to do what you have done and be a shitty parent, and like it's not my job to call you out. I got so many other places to be. I got so many other places to be, man. You shouldn't have it unless it's for communication. I agree with that. Like my kid has a tablet that he has like buttons he can touch on and say eat or done or full or more or stuff like that. But there's a lot of times he just looks at me and he's like, fuck you, and slams all of them. And I guess he's done, full, more, happy, eat. Yeah, again. Done,
Oh, come on.
Please, more, done, full. Yes, no, done, full. Yes, no, yes, done. Full,
I'd be
more.
sitting there like, what the fuck do you
just
want?
look at him, he's just like, just back and forth, like staring at me like, I'm just like,
Tyler will come up and stand beside me when I'm doing something, so I have one of her toys. So I'll just sit there and spam the on and off button back and forth. So it'll go on, off, and it'll just sit there and just try to say like its little like on phrase, and she'll cut it off and she'll just sit there and keep doing it until I like look at it. I'm like, why? Like, why is this what you decide to do to like try to get my attention? Why don't you just say like, hey, Dad?
Has she ever answered you? Like, why? That's what she... Because that's the other thing, bro. I would love to literally...
No, she just laughs. Like, they just be...
Because she knows it'll get your attention.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Honestly, besides the fact of knowing it's going to get your attention, there's not another fucking reason, one, she decided to do that, besides, hey, this will piss my dad off, and he'll laugh at me and be like, why? What?
Well, it's funny because I do the same thing to her. Like, she'll be sitting there, like, whether she's watching a show or, you know, like, playing with her toys or whatever. I know, listen. I'll like, go down. And I'll lay down, like, beside her or whatever, and I'll just start poking her in the face, dude. I'll just start poking her. And she just, like, knows, like I do say this to her, like, I'll just sit there and pick with her to get her attention. And I'll be like, hey, Tala. And she'll try to ignore me, and she'll be over there, like, cheesing hard. but trying to like look away from me. I'll just be sitting there poking her. Like, hey, Tala. Yeah. So
See, I
this
do
goes
the
right
same
back
with Giddy.
to
Like, he
them
knows
absorbing like literally everything, like, even
everything.
mannerisms. They
Dude,
absorb the mannerisms,
same.
everything.
My special needs child, he knows anytime dad gets within, like, arm's reach, he's immediately like, what are we going to do? Because I'm either going to bring a ball and be
Yeah.
like, Giddy, yeah, man, he's going to have to block it and everything, and I'll bring it on top of him, like, yeah, man, I'll block by the Giddies. He automatically knows, or if I'm like, are those Giddy titties? He's just like,
Oh
because he
God.
knows I'm just going to tickle the shit out of him and grab it, just fucking tickle him, and he's going to just spit out whatever's in his mouth, but he's just like, nah, Dad, there's no Giddy titties here. Nah, what's up? And he'll just like lean forward, sitting there like, huh. So I just like, oh, I'm sorry. He'll sit back and grab him, and he's just like, he knows. Special and all, he knows. He knows so well enough to be like, my dad's an asshole, and he's always going to fuck with me. So like,
Yeah.
I always gotta be on point. Like I always.
He's like, oh, here he comes
I'll
again.
get close and I'll be like dribbling his little ball or something. And he's just like, fucking yamming on Giddy today. Ain't nobody fuck. Alright, dude, come in my paint, bitch. Come in my paint. Hands up, and then he just protects his face because he knows. Running out of drinks.
Put him in the NBA.
That's a genuine fear for us, dude, because I am 6'3", like on the dot. Like Anna is 6 foot.
So he's gonna be
Dude, a
gonna be
genuine
tall.
fear, yeah, that I have like a 6'6", 6'7" special kid walking around like, yamming. I'm like, kid, you can't just yam on grandmas in Walmart, bro. I'm like literally trying to block my dad. Go the fuck over there. Fuck off.
Except you're not gonna be able to block him anymore.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get his Giddy titties or something. 22-year-old Giddy like, yeah, man. I'm like, dude, I will pinch your tits. Don't.
Just getting his tits in the middle of Walmart.
Titties. That's
like, don't look at me like that. It's my parenting. You're just giving him purple nurples.
Dude, and that's the other thing. Like, my kid has a really, really decked out, like, wheelchair stroller thing. So we were at the fucking outlet mall the other day. And, dude, I mean, it's a piece of equipment, bro. It was $5,000 fucking thing. Like, it's a wheelchair pretty much. But, like, everybody is just staring. And, like, the people are jabbering in Spanish, and like we picked up enough words that I know, like stroller and the baby and like what they're talking about and stuff. They're like, oh, I want that for whoever they point at their kid or something. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't want that. You don't want that. And all the other like white people are like, oh, damn, that's cool stroller. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. It's a wheelchair. Do you know how frustrating that is as a special parent, where people are like staring like, oh, they got some money to have a stroller like that? No, we don't. We have a handicapped child. It's a wheelchair. Probably one of the worst frustrations I've ever had as like a human and a parent at the same time. Too, like, top notch, like as a human, that offends the fuck out of me because you're just staring and like you don't understand. People will literally. You see that stroller? That's a cool ass stroller. We should get one of them for old Daryl down here. He's falling down. Look at him. He needs a stroller like that. Daryl doesn't want a genetic deletion. That's what went with this stroller. That's what went with this wheelchair. So as a special parent, I just gotta eat my pride because Giddy ain't gonna say nothing because he don't even know what the fuck pride is, or that they're talking shit about him. He's like, yeah, my shit is cool, bitch. What's up? What's up? How you? But people stare so hard, dude. And I just never, I haven't really learned yet how to deal with that. Because I want to punch everybody in the dick.
Just do that.
But I say, and that's the other thing.
Every single person.
I say it
They'll
out
build
loud.
up a reputation, word will spread around.
I say it out loud when people are staring and everything, or they'll like make the comment. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. It's a wheelchair. No, I just keep walking there normally like, oh shit. Like I call everybody out, like I have to. You're insulting my kid. You're like, oh, he's fancy. He's got a nice stroller. It's a wheelchair. It's because he can't move by himself. Trust me, if he was 3 and able to move by himself and everything, he'd probably be running and I'd be chasing his ass. because he'd probably be an absolute heathen, wild fucking. He'd probably be worse than he's ever going to be or has been as a special needs kid. He would be fucking bad, dude. He'd probably have 2 girlfriends, a DUI, and a felony by now.
By now?
By now, 3 years old, just turned. He literally would just be getting off house arrest.
Damn.
I'm just saying, like, they always say you're gonna be twice as bad as you were for your parents. I was fucking bad, bro. I was bad. I was having this conversation with my wife the other day. Like, literally, we were talking about parenting styles and everything. My dad was the get the fuck away from me guy. Like, my dad always had something going on. He was always welding for the homies. He was always at the lake with the homies, always fixing somebody's race car. He was always doing something. So there's so many times in life, like, where my dad, literally, I was telling my wife this story the other day. My dad literally thought I was going to a amusement park here called Frontier City. I was like, yo, how do I earn $50 to go to Frontier City with the homies? I'm like 15 years old, right? How do I earn this? Whatever. We're going to go on this Sunday. Do this, that, and the other. And he's like, oh, you can do this. I did all the shit, earned my money and stuff. 6 a.m. that morning, I stayed at the homie's house the night going into that Sunday. 6 a.m., we get up, we drive to Missouri. We drove to Missouri. Because one of the homies, there was like a Christian school. There's a Christian school in the Moore area, and he was dating a cheerleader from there who was cheerleading at a game. They got to go to Missouri. They were playing like the playoffs, whatever, school time and stuff like that. And at the same time, there were some guys we knew from high school that were running at this track event that was also going down at like Missouri Southeast State or something that was like 45 minutes down the road, swinging into where we were going anyway. So we stopped and we did all this shit and everything. And my dad legitimately calls me, or I called him, something of the nature, whatever. And he's like, hey, how's Frontier City? And I'm like, what? I can't hear you. The rides are too loud. All right, yeah, I'll see you at home. You stay, are you coming over tomorrow? Whatever. And I'm like, I'll see you in the morning. Because my dad didn't give a fuck. My parents were definitely the type that were just like, well, he ain't dead. I talked to him. And literally still probably to this day, I'm 30 years old. 15 years ago, Dad, I didn't go to Frontier City. I didn't see Frontier City at all. I threw up in the van on the way back because I put way too big of a fucking dip of Skull vanilla in because the dudes were like, you can do a half can. And I'm like, fuck yeah, stoned as shit. The back van window got broken because this thing broke off of a truck and like, bam, shattered it, like just fucking annihilated it. The guy's girlfriend that we went to see broke up with him in Missouri at the football game because he was an absolute pussy. So he literally, Grant, I'm talking about you, cried all the way back to Oklahoma. It was a 7-hour drive.
I feel it. I'd be Grant. I feel you, Grant.
It was a 7-hour drive, bro.
Heart is right here.
I'm just saying, like, my parents had no idea ever where the fuck I was. That's why, like, now when they ever, like, ask me, like, questions like, oh, how's this? What's it? I'm like, you don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to tell them I was truant because, like, I'm not telling you shit. You never asked. I'm not telling you a goddamn thing. And my wife is the opposite. Her parents call her like 3 or 4 times a day. Both of them separately.
Oh, somebody like that?
Is that you, Sandra?
I was talking about the other one.
Oh, she's like that with her mom? Oh,
no, yeah. Blondie. Rochelle, Blondie.
Oh, yeah, she's very much so her mother's child.
Because they're the exact same thing.
But, and it's not, like, my mother-in-law and my wife are, like, very, very close, good friends and stuff like that. And they just talk to each other about life and, like, giddy stuff and this and that. But her dad literally just does his normal, hey, how are you? What's going on? All right, love you. Give my grandson kisses. Goodbye. And gets on, like, every day just to do that. And, like,
Travis.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want those parents, but, like, I had the other type of parents. I had to get the fuck away from me parents. And they were just like, what are you doing? Why are you here? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, I thought you were going somewhere. I'm about to go do this and this. I'm like, well, I guess I'm just staying here because I didn't have any plans. And my dad would be like, here's $20, disappear. And I'd be like, yeah, I had to get Mark. Mark, I'm gonna need a 40 spot. You want me to just disappear? Kaiser Soze just fucking gone in an instant. What do you mean? Just Nightcrawler, just, I have to know where I'm going. The fuck?
Mine was more the perspective of watching other people get that like really close like attention and love, and then like me just kind of like watching everybody get that.
Dude.
As far as like having those kind of parents, like I had those kind of parents.
Yep. But not
But
for you.
yeah, but I just got to kind of watch it.
No, yeah, because I have my dad with my other two brothers, Jason and Jackson, like calls them pretty much all the time. Like, I'm sure he called my little brother Jason today because it was his birthday and everything. Shout out, FaZe. Happy birthday, brother. Love you. 26. You closer to 30 than 20. Welcome to it. It sucks ass. Wait, I'm 30, so it's actually kind of cool over here.
Yeah.
Like, at 30,
I'm right behind you.
I'm
I'm right behind you. I'm close. I'm nipping on the heels.
But, like, they have that relationship with my dad. And that's the other thing is, like, you can have the exact same parent, but never have the same parent. Like, my dad is still my dad and will still get fucking Mark rowdy with anybody, but really only does it with me. And that's the other thing. There are things that, like, they go through in life and, like, I go through in life and stuff. And, like, I'm glad my dad taught me the lessons the way that he taught me and shit like that, because then I watch my little brothers not get through it the best way, but I could have got through it just because of how I was treated and shit like that. But like the aspect of ever seeing your parent treat a sibling the way you were like, damn, dude, why can't you treat me like that? And it not come to fruition, but you know that it can actually be done. Like, dude, that it hurts my feelings sometimes, genuinely. And it like hurts my image of myself because I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Because I'm doing right in life, technically. Like, I'm doing really well. So, like, what am I doing? What am I doing right, wrong, or indifferent?
And when you know you're doing right, why does it still, like, bother you?
Yeah. But then there's the same aspect of, like, I see that with my dad and my brothers and stuff and how close they are, but like my brother Jason, both of his kids are neurotypical and mine's neurodivergent. And honest to God, I would say this to my dad's face if he was standing right behind me right here and now, he could not raise a special child. I love him. He's a great father. He's a great role model in certain instances, but like does not possess the slowdown to be able to do it. And I didn't either until I got a brain injury, bro. So that's why I always say that that's a blessing and a curse. Genuinely didn't.
Maybe he could have. If he would have had to, maybe he could have.
I don't know, man. I really don't.
Would have had to have?
I mean, I don't want to say this to be that parent, but like technically, when my son was born and everything, they came to us and were like, you can sign this paperwork and the state will take him and everything. So like, I know a lot of parents that sign that fucking paper. Especially if it's like Down syndrome or something of my nature, genetic deletion, cerebral palsy, something like that, spina bifida. Dude, they sign that paperwork. And then those kids go live at J.D. McCartney or Bethany's Children's Hospital and stuff like that. And they live there.
I had that conversation.
And I didn't want that for my son. They looked me in the face and they gave me this rundown. He'll never walk. He'll probably never talk. He'll probably never do this. He will have vision issues, hearing issues, mental deficiencies. He'll be the R word, all of this, and everything else. Like, you can sign this paperwork and the state will take him as a ward. And I just looked at the lady and was like, get the fuck away from me. Like, I have no idea what any of that means, but that's my legacy. That's my dude. Don't even know him yet. Trust me, we homies. I've been talking to him since the moment we found out.
My moment like that with Tala was like whenever she was first born and I like held her for the first time. I was supposed to carry her over to the. No, I think it was right after like they do like the weigh thing, like after they weigh her and get the like did everything. They like handed me to her and I was just sitting there holding her. And then I heard Jana's voice from like the other side of the room, still in the bed, of course. She was like, Matthew, they're talking to you. And it was like her voice was the only voice that I could hear amongst all the other noises that were going on. And then like all I was doing was just staring at.
Nope. That's your baby. That's the thing.
Yep. And I was like, oh god. I was like, oh okay, here you go.
I have this picture. And Giddy was like 2-3 hours old. They finally got him stable. They got him in the incubator and everything and all this and all that. They got a little hat on him and all this. He's got all these sensors on him. He's already been stuck. Like, he is just exhausted. And he's just laying there, and he's kind of, his eyes are just, because his eyes just look like black holes at first. Like, there was no cornea to him. Like, he's had a lot of eye issues. He's got a surgery coming up, actually. But they just look like these black pits, and he just opens them, and there's a moment where he just has his hands together, and he just, like, looks at me and his mom both. And we got that perfect moment. He looked through the little hole and just looked at us, and it was just, That was it, dude. From that moment on, I was just like, whatever you need, son. Whatever it takes, dude. Like, and I didn't know he was special because, like I said, we didn't find out until 8 days later, and that was literally 2 hours in. But he just like, and just looked at me, looked at both of us, and I was like, damn, got you.
So why was that not something that showed up in like, I don't know, like ultrasounds?
He just showed up as small. Not concerningly small, just small.
And then like regular like vitals and everything are still just normal.
Fast heartbeat. Other than that, nothing concerning. They just said, they literally like looked at both of our medical histories, and I'm small, fucking tall, skinny, and ADHD'd the fuck out, and they were like, he's probably just gonna be one of those fast working kids. Like, he's probably gonna be tall and skinny like his dad. Like that was the thought. Is like everybody thought he was just gonna be small. Maybe come a little early because Anna was low on amniotic fluid.
Yeah.
But it was nothing concerning until 36 weeks. They said, hey, it's lower than we want. It's a perfect time to take him. He's pretty much reached where he wants to be, 4 pounds and some, or 5 pounds or whatever. They were like, let's just go ahead and take him. They took him. He came out purple with his legs crossed. Like, perfectly crossed. And there was a fold in the bone on both legs because his feet were in it. Like, perfect. He came out in a perfect Buddha. I will get the picture and I'll bring it up in chat. But he literally came out in a perfect Buddha purple. And they said, hey, we're going to take him. Like, I had him for a second, and the nurse, like, he, like, wouldn't breathe right or something. She snatched him, was like, we're going to take him to the NICU. The gyno doctor, the wife's doctor and everything, I know him. He's a good guy. And he was like, just looks like the sac was a little lower than we thought. We're good. He's breathing. He's fine. They weighed him. He did his cry and stuff like that. But I will never forget the cry. It sounded like, when you piss off a kitten?
Yeah.
Like that, like, dude, that's exactly what it sounded like. And that is when all the nurses and the doctors started fucking going. Because that, I learned, is another genetic deletion. They call it the cat cry syndrome. Is like, they literally make that noise, and that it's like a neurological disorder between your brain and something in your throat, blah, blah, blah. It's a really fucked up one, too. But they took him. I'm trying not to pass out, because I literally had brain surgery, like, 6 months before this, in January, so 4 months before this. It's May, so literally about 4 months before this, I fucking got cut open. I'm trying not to pass out. The lights are blaring, like, all of it. My wife is death grip holding my hand, because, of course, she's numb from the tits down, just because, like, they had to cut her open and everything. She can't feel shit. She's morphined up, and she's like, he's okay, we're gonna be okay, it's okay, don't pass out, like, sit down if you need to. So I, like, sit down and shit like that, but, yeah. One of those things, man.
And we got COVID babies.
Yep. And that was the worst part, is, like, also me and my wife weren't married yet at that point in time, so, like, he had to go down as her last name, Baby Brown, instead of Baby Vaughn. It was just a whole fuckery, dude. It was just a whole thing. Like, he couldn't get my last name, he had to have her last name. And then we were the only two to see him. My son didn't get to see outside for 43 days of his life. He didn't get to see anything but hospital. He didn't get to meet his grandmother, his grandpa, his grandmother, his grandpa, his uncles, any of them. He didn't get to meet any of my friends. He didn't get to meet any of Anna's friends. He didn't get to meet his homies that were born around the same time and his friends now, like Tucker or any of them. He didn't get to meet any of those people for 43 days of his life. And the moment we got to break him out of the hospital and I like pulled the car up and everything, I broke down like a bitch. I'll never forget that moment. I broke down like a bitch. I was like, he's never seen outside. I was so excited. And of course, he's like, what the fuck is going? And like,
yeah,
spazzing out like
what is that
what
thing
is
up there?
this? Yeah, and he's got the cover over and everything, and it's still like death grip, like moving. Yeah, no, it was wild, dude. We get him in the car, and I just started crying. And I looked at his mom, and I was like, we made it. And then we had to come home on an oxygen machine. He had to have the little thing in his nose and a pulse ox, like on his foot. We were on that for 3 weeks. Technically. After a week, I turned the shit off. Because he was breathing fine by himself and everything. And that was the other thing that we were slowly already learning about the 1P community is like, if you ever type in a genetic deletion like that into Google, it'll fuck you up. It'll fuck you up when that's a diagnosis you just got for your little one. Like, it'll fuck you up. You type in 1P36. Yeah. It shows you the worst of the worst automatically.
Of course.
We were already learning and reading all of the information, and pretty much everybody was like, they have no fucking idea. They know it's a genetic deletion. They know where, what, and how it's caused. They don't know what the fuck it's going to do because every single one of our kids was different.
On when Tala was born, I spelled my name wrong on her birth certificate.
Is it still spelled wrong?
No, the nurses caught it and fixed it for me.
Okay, I was gonna say, goddamn.
Because of course my middle name is Keith.
Yep.
But when I wrote it on the paper, of course I was like, the last thing I was thinking about was what I was writing on that paper. So I spelled it Keith. So the nurses come back in and she's like, did you mean to spell your name like this? And I was like, no.
I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
We had a nurse that was like,
so,
ID on.
Me and, like, cause like, of course, me and Donna weren't married, but Tala has my last name.
No, Giddy had my last name from the jump, but just in the hospital records, he had to be under mom's name.
Oh, well,
I don't know. He had to be baby whatever. And that was another thing. We randomly get a bill because we had insurance.
Oh, yeah, she was always baby Pell on that one, too. Yeah, I don't know. It might be just a state thing.
We always had insurance. Like, Anna had her own insurance. At that point, I had my own insurance and stuff because I just got into the wreck. I was at the pot shop as a manager, stuff like that. But we had our private insurances and shit like that. And then when he was born, we get a bill randomly, like, 6 months after he's born from Mercy for like $4,000. And it was for the genetic testing and everything for Gideon Brown. And we were just like, that he doesn't exist. That's why he had to be in the hospital like that because we weren't married, blah, blah, blah. And they fought us. They were like, no, you're going to pay this. And we were like, that doesn't make sense. Like, we'll pay it, but run it through insurance and we'll pay the $50. It was like $100 copay or something we had to pay. I was like, I'll pay that, no problem, but I'm not paying you. Bro, it was like $4,718 or $19 or $21. It was some dumbass amount that I was just like, I'm not giving this in cash. And the lady on the collection side, like for the hospital, was like, well, the bill been issued since this date, and it really needs to be paid because it's just going to start accruing interest. And I was just like, man, this doesn't make sense. That person doesn't exist. And she just argued with me for hours.
My mom got a bill from Lauren's last stunt, and it was $13,000. $13,000, and the insurance is like not messing with it.
Bro, do you want to know how much it cost to save my life? $84,111.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, but they gave me that bill and they were like, so do you want to pay this by cash, card, check? And I was like, you're not gonna run any of this through my insurance or any of that, like my surgery, none of that. And then they fought it and everything, and it came down. And then they still were like, okay, well, here's a bill for 15 grand or 17, I think was the last bill or something. And I just looked at them and I was like, I'm suing you guys because you said you're fine, and then I had to come back a month later and have brain surgery. What do you mean? And they call me every 3 months. So let's call them, but we're trying to reach Zachary Vaughn, and I just start like, one day laho. The Chani, one day la ho. Just start yelling just some rant. I'll fuck you all hey, hey, go what? And they just normally hang up. But until I learn to speak Chinese, because I don't know how to speak Chinese, but like maybe they can teach me.
I love how your mic peaks.
When I do that,
yeah,
I get wild with them sometimes. They piss me off, dude. They piss me off so bad. Chat, what you got for us? Have we got any follows or anything? I don't even have that part brought up. Okay. No, okay. I always hate missing them.
Yep, nope, don't see anything.
What do you want to do? What's your plan?
I don't know.
We need to go, well, honestly, any minute this motherfucker should be coming through.
Who?
What day is it?
Thursday?
It's Friday.
Oh.
So, technically, in 5 minutes, it'll be 5 a.m. in Wales.
Oh, God.
The Welshman himself? About this time last week is when he just randomly came in. I don't think he's going to work, though. Do you work on Saturdays? My ass is sweaty because I had the heating pad on. Because I'm old and my back is broke. Like 38-year-old LeBron. Carrying these bum ass
Toast his buns in the pod.
Toastiest buns in the pod. It is a circle.